Hello everyone, back to tuning in to today's video. We're going to have a look at the weather next 10 to 14 days. So today's video, day 10, will take us to the 28th of October, and we'll be able to extend that beyond that, instead to GFS and ECM ensembles, which run to around a couple of weeks. Have a look at CFS V2 at the end of the video, which will get us to the middle of November. I'll get on that for you in a second, just to say about the first video. This was our 7 AM forecast, and we've got part 2 of the 7th winter 2021-2022 update coming up for you this evening at 6 PM. It's the analog side of the update. We're looking at solar analogs, sort of cycle analogs with this one. Very interesting and, important update. So check that one out. It'll be released at 6 PM. Just want to say thank you so much to all of you for all of your messages and, donations that we had yesterday. It was my birthday course yesterday. Did a birthday live stream. It was unbelievable. It was the most incredible live stream I've ever done. So thank you so much, everybody, for making it such a special live stream. It was absolutely amazing. We got over £300 in donations from all of you. So thank you so much to each and every one of you for your kindness and generosity and all of the lovely messages that you've given to me, both in the live stream and on YouTube and Twitter, Facebook, Discord. You're so kind, and it's a lovely community that we have built up for GavsWeatherVids. We've built this community up together, and it's been incredible. So thank you so much. I had a lovely day yesterday, and made even more so by all of you. So thank you so much for sharing, for sharing the birthday with me. Thank you so much, everybody. Right, okay, let's crack on video. I'm going to start off having a look at the central England temperature. So the CT is currently sitting at 12.6, which is just over 1 degree above average, provisional to yesterday, the 17th of October. And we're expecting it to come in around 11.7 in the end, is where we think this is going to finish up. So it will be above average, but not excessively hot, not like the 2 degrees above average that we had in September. But another warm and average month in what is turning out to be really quite a warm autumn. These are the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles. Next couple of weeks for London. So red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average for London. We're starting off warmer than average at the moment, quite significantly so, very much above average. Of course, there is a lot of cloud and rain with the air mass that we're in at the moment, but nevertheless, temperatures are way above average. We're going to see temperature coming down, though, quite a lot at the end of the week and into the weekend. A proper cold snap is on the way, with a little bit of a plummet in the temperature going on there. May get colder for a little bit of snow up in the north at the end of the week, particularly over high ground, but maybe a few flakes coming down to low levels across northern parts of Scotland. It will only be a brief cold snap. I think there'll be frost as well, by the way, even down in the south, but it will only be a brief cold snap. And then over weekend into next week, the temperature lifts back up again, go closer to average, and start to turn more unsettled. Could go really mild there for a day or two, a few days as we run up towards the end of October, and then maybe a bit of a cooling down going on again into the start of November. Precipitation-wise, lots of rainfall spikes over the next few days. They're going to be quite wet with this warm weather, and then as the temperature drops, you get a few days of drier weather from Friday into the start of the weekend. Doesn't last very long. We're back into unsettled weather through the weekend and on into next month, and that could carry on into next week, and that could carry on into next month, into November, with some pretty big precipitation spikes there, showing that overall this is an unsettled pattern, although we do get a few days of drier and colder weather at the end of the week. Temperature anomalies from the 18th to 26th of October going to be above average. Precipitation anomalies from the 18th to 26th of October going to be wetter than average in the south, nearer normal or drier than average further north. The latest info map from earth-nullschool.net shows we've got lots of low pressure in the Atlantic, various areas of low pressure, and they're all heading in that direction, so plenty of wind and rain to come. Right, so here we go then. UK Met for midnight on Thursday, bring a cold front southwards and introducing a colder northerly wind. This is the cold snap I talked about at the end of the week. So as this high pressure ridge is in Thursday through to Friday, that might start to deliver some overnight frost, even down to the south. We have not had any genuine frost yet. So far this autumn, we may get a little bit of frost at the end of the week. It will only be temporary, though, as going to weekend, the high pressure gets flattened off, and the next low comes rolling in from off the Atlantic. So, as we get to a week out, it's midnight on Monday, 25th of October, we're just back into westerlies with further wind and rain coming in off the Atlantic. GFS midnight run looks like that. Again, cold front coming southwards, taking a band of rain with it and introducing north winds on Thursday. Cold snap into the end of week and weekend, and this little ridge of high pressure that could be giving the perfect recipe: light winds, cold temperatures for overnight frost. As we go further on into weekend, though, high pressure gets pushed over towards Eastern Europe as low pressure comes rolling back in from off the Atlantic, bringing further wind and rain by the time we get into the early part of next week, looking quite unsettled and quite warm as well. This is day 10. On the 28th of October, we've got high pressure reaching to our south, low pressure is away towards Greenland ice. We're drawing up a very mild, if not quite warm, southwest wind. It is relatively dry in the south with that, but there will be quite a bit of rain up in the north. In the more extended range, heading towards the end of October, we pull the high pressure back to our west and turn wind into the north again. So a little bit of a cold snap. Returning for Halloween, maybe frost and fog for Halloween, giving a bit of a spooky sort of feel. Yeah, it's only temporary though, and that gets broken down, that ridge gets broken down as more lows come back in off the Atlantic as far as we get to the 3rd of November, when we're looking cold and pretty wet there and unsettled. Cold November rain. Right, here we go into a 6Z then, and we've got cold front moving southwards again on Thursday, introducing a northerly wind that could bring some wintry showers to the north, and as this ridge builds in, could be some overnight frost as well. Into the weekend, the ridge gets flattened off as low pressure comes in off the Atlantic, turns milder into the early part of next week, but also wetter and windier. The 6Z then builds up this ridge over France. It draws up some quite warm air into the south, and it will turn drier, I think, for a day or two around day 9, 10 in the south. And northern areas looking really quite unsettled. And in the more extended range, again, we pull the high pressure back out to the west as we move towards the end of October and turn wind back into the north. So, certainly 31st of October, Halloween, we've got wind back into the north again. A cold snap once more for the end of October. Then the high pressure topbles back in. We're going to the opening days of November. Be cold under that ridge, and there could be some more frost. So you get the idea. This is very, very typical for autumn. We are alternating the air masses day by day. Some days are mild, some days are cold. We're alternating between high pressure and low pressure, as you know, each air mass battles for the ascendancy. That is very typical of autumn as well. So this is all very, very classic for the time of the year. GM looks like that. If you enjoyed the video, please smash the like button. Make sure you sub to the channel. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. And drop a comment. Let us know what you think about this and all of our videos. So the GM, again, has this cold front coming south on Thursday, taking a band of rain and introducing colder air from the north. And high pressure topples in from off the Atlantic through the end of the week. That brings a lot of dry weather with it, but will be cold under that ridge with a risk of some overnight frost. The ridge very quickly getting broken down later in the weekend and into next week. We're back into westerlies with bands of rain coming in off the Atlantic with areas of low pressure, and that carries on up to day 10. Day 10 actually looks quite stormy with the GEM for Scotland. That's like a gale force wind coming in there, and just generally looking quite wet and windy at day 10, which is the 28th of October. If we go out beyond that, I expect we will pull in some colder air from the north and may have a month's end cold snap. And we've got the ECM again with the cold front coming southwards on Thursday, taking that band of rain and introducing cold northerly wind, then high pressure ridging through the country. Could be frost under that area of high pressure. The high pressure very quick gets moved away though during the weekend as low pressure in from the Atlantic brings spells of wet and windy weather. And as we move up towards day 10, we just look very unsettled and a little bit on the cold side as well, to be honest, by day 10, with winds in from the northwest, showers or longer spells of rain, and certainly cold enough for showers to be a little bit wintry over high ground in the north. This is the precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from Meteo.com. Plenty of rain over the next few days, of course, particularly focused on England and Wales, interestingly, but there will be some rain in the north as well. Then that cold front comes southwards through Thursday and introduces colder northerly wind. Yes, we have got some snow there over Scotland. Those are snow showers over central northern Scotland, maybe a little sleet across parts of northern England as well. So it'll be a little bit of a shock to the system because it has been a warm autumn. So I think, you know, Thursday, Friday will be a little bit of a shock, actually, how cold it's going to feel. Then the ridge builds in, it turns drier, but there could be some overnight frost before milder, wetter, windier weather returns in the second half of the coming weekend. And then that takes us through to next week. They have further bouts of rain coming and going. These are the options on the table within the ECM ensembles today for day 10. Gets us to the 28th of October. 24 members of the ECM ensembles with lots of low pressure to our north and northeast. And we're bringing in the wind from a western northwesterly direction. Looking unsettled and quite cold there at day 10 with that option. Does include the control and the operational run. 16 with high pressure just to our southwest. Low pressure is to the north, so that could be turning a little bit drier, but will be a bit on the cold side. And then 11 with high pressure to the south, low pressure is to the north. That's flat and westerly with that one. A little bit drier in the south and milder too. In 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got. Gets us to the 2nd of November. 16 members of the ECM ensembles with low pressure over and to the east of the country, looking cool and or cold and unsettled with that. 12 with high pressure to the south, low pressure to the northwest. That's still going to be quite unsettled, but will be milder. Another 12 with deep low pressure over the top of the country, so that's going to be quite wet. Just generally unsettled with that one. And then 11, actually building up a ridge of high pressure through the west of Europe. That will be a drier, but perhaps a little bit colder option with a risk of some overnight frost. Most of the options do look quite unsettled, though, at both day 10 and also in 2 weeks' time. Lastly, CFS V2, these are 500 millibar heights broken down to week periods. The first week period takes from the 18th to 24th of October. Coming week has high pressure to the southwest, but lower pressure will bring increasingly unsettled weather in from off the Atlantic, which takes us through to week 2, which is going to be the 25th to the 31st of October, with lots of low pressure to our north and northeast, high pressure way to the southwest, so unsettled and quite cold with that. Winds are in from the northwest. Week 3, I should say, is going to be the 1st to the 7th of November. High pressure then building back up western side of Europe. Low pressure to the northeast. That will be turning drier. And it could be starting to get milder as well, but watch out for frost and fog. And then week 4 looks anticyclonic. It's the 8th to the 14th of November with high pressure sat over slightly to the east of the country. Technically, that will be mild, and if we looked at the temperature anomaly, I'm sure the model would be going for milder than average temperatures. Of course, you have to bear in mind that it's middle of November under an area of high pressure with wind coming in off the continent. So that's like the kind of thing that could give an inversion. And, you know, although it might be technically mild, it could actually be quite cold with frost and fog. It would depend on the exact nature of the air mass, whether it's clear high or a cloudy high and whatnot. But, yeah, that's kind of thing this, you know, from mid-November onwards could actually be quite cold and frosty. Right, so we're done. That's it then. So if you enjoyed the video, please smash the like button to make sure you're subscribed to our channel. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. And drop a comment. Let us know what you think about this and all of our videos. We have just gone past 12.3k, 12,300 subscribers. We're now grinding to 12.4k subscribers, and of course the ultimate target is 13k. If we get to 13k by Christmas, we will do a giveaway. So give us a sub and tell your friends and family to subscribe as well. If you do, you're going to be able to see future weather content, including future winter updates and live streams, and much, much more. And talking of winter updates, that's the next video coming up at 6 PM. Part 2 of the 7th winter 2021-2022 update will be released at 6 PM. So make sure you're around the channel for that. It's an interesting video, to say the least. So have a look at that one at 6 PM. For this one, though, that's all for now. Oh, just say what's coming up tomorrow. Start off with 7 AM forecast. We've got the EC extended look ahead for Europe as well as a 10 to 14 dayer. So plenty coming up tomorrow. And that's where I'm going to end finally. So for this video, that's all for now. And thanks for watching.